This is FNGR, and for no good reason, we're revisiting Daring Don't. You might ask why in the name of high fuck would anyone go back to this? Especially now, as it's clearly been picked clean. Can't you talk about Trixie or Season 5? Don't worry, those episodes are coming. But the first time I tackled Season 4 early on, I was one of the suckiest sucks that ever sucked a suck, and I'd like to have another go at it. Honestly, there's a lot of hate for this episode, mostly from halfwits and nincompoops who don't like having their sugary fairy tale for little girls having thug ponies and plot holes. And I could explain away some of the critiques for this episode. Critique 1, if Daring Don't works in secret, why does she publish her exploits? And the answer is simple, she's a moron. Seriously, did you see that cheap disguise she used to get the artifact back? She turned down the help of 6 ponies who at least could have been used as cannon fodder. Something the normal Indiana Jones would never have turned down. Critique 2, why did the main 6 just sit around and watch Daring do? Again, the answer is simple. Twilight Sparkle is the student of Princess Celestia, who is a hands-off problem solver who prefers to let her subjects, when at all possible, to handle their own problems their own goddamn selves. That's not a headcanon, that's the show. It's why Princess Celestia has never said, hey, I want to come along just for laughs. Or when Ponyville was corrupted by dark magic, she sent her sister Luna and Cadence to help clean that bitch up. Critique 3, why can't Celestia just undo the magic that would heat up the valley? What with her ability to control the sun? I could just say, see Critique 2, but I'll hold your hand and walk you through it, because that's why I make the big bucks. I think it's fairly obvious if Princess Celestia could go undo the harm done by the sun, she obviously would. It's pretty straightforward. Princess Celestia isn't all-knowing. 1. Chrysilius in Canterlot Wedding. 2. Fluttershy stealing her bird. Or 3. Wouldn't she have not needed Spike to send her a letter in Lesson 0? Celestia, when informed, has been known for better or for worse to attempt to fix the problem. You might find that bullshit frustrating, but would it really be much of a show if Princess Celestia swooped in every time a dime store villain showed up and blasted it Sailor Moon style? The whole princess gig would be pretty shit if you ask me. Hell, she doesn't even do that in the comic as far as I know. And they've got Luna rolling around beating up owlbears in that damn thing. Now, if you told me you found the episode frustrating even after all that, I would submit to you it's from your level of displaced frustration that you have with your own government watching you through your window while you stumble and fall. Just like Princess Celestia, while they might have reasons, good ones, why they can't or don't help, those reasons aren't always apparent. Or if you don't like that answer, you haven't come to the terms that Princess Celestia may or may not be a dick. By and large, she's either negligent or incompetent. Take your pick. If you find it annoying listening to Luna fans talk about how awesome Luna is, if you'll notice, Celestia doesn't have fans like that. Let's not blame that on them being enlightened. Each of the main 6 have their own superfans that embarrass the fan base on a regular basis. Slowly but surely, it kills a little piece of Megan McCarthy's soul, and yet she sits in praise for those invalids nonetheless. With that knowledge, the main reason Celestia doesn't have superfans is, quite frankly, as the show stands, she has 0 personality, or whatever little personality she has portrayed her as a kind of a jerk. Not a massive send-you-to-the-moon jerk, but we bronies don't take canons or theories by halves. Ultimately, it's one of those goofy fanon hang-ups of asking for something without thinking about it properly. Asking for equestrian games to be about sports. You know, 'cause Rainbow Falls did a really good job of that. Whining about Princess Twilight being a princess and then whining about her not doing enough princess things. Holy shit, the very exact same people who pissed and moaned about Twilicorn were the same ones who bitched and moaned about her not doing enough princessy stuff. The problem with Daring Don't isn't in fact the show, but the misconceptions and contradictions from the fans. And contradictions from the fans that set the show up to fail in some rigged test with no right answer. And believe me, I know how to set someone up to fail. Critique 4, the last one I promise. The action and the character drama is jarring. Now this one is slightly more tricky. That is if you don't empathize with Rainbow Dash. The whole moral of the story is that Rainbow Dash's inability to be herself, because she's caught up in fangasming in front of one of her idols. Now, you could point out this was handled better in Wonderbolt Academy, but the simple fact is Rainbow Dash has the abilities that were all but destined to make a Wonderbolt. If I told a random fan Rainbow Dash is the best flyer in Equestria, likely a huge argument would not break out. Now, what about Rainbow Dash being an adventurer? It's not exactly the same thing. Rainbow Dash has been on adventures. But now she's faced with a mythical character straight out of a book in front of her. Of course it feels jarring. I would imagine that was the intent. Imagine Twilight having to cast magic in front of Star Swirl the Bearded. So till next time, don't ask why a field burns or a plague spreads. For no good reason.